What did you guys learn from the last two games then, conference play entering this game against ASU?
I think the biggest things we learned and have been focusing on a lot in practice are just we got to get better at defensive rebounding as a team and working on shot selection, making sure we're getting paint touches, and we have a stat line that we've been emphasizing in the locker room. And I think I think it's every 10 possessions we have zero point 0.4 turnovers if the ball touches the paint. And we've been getting a lot of good stuff out of that, so we're trying to emphasize that more here heading into Pac-12 play.
How do you guys work on that at this level?
Simple. The ball has to touch the paint, and if it doesn't, and you know the stats and the numbers speak for themselves. But like I said, that's been one of our main focal points.
As a starting center, how personally do you take it? Your team's rebounding struggles so far.
It's definitely something that I have to improve on, and I've taken the initiative with myself to do that. So moving into Pac-12 play is one of my goals, to do a much better job moving forward.
When did you guys get back into town?
The day after Christmas.
And practice began right after that, or?
That day we had film, and then we strung together 4 days of practice after that, and then had an off day, and we returned back yesterday.
How do you feel? I mean, this is a pretty long break. What did you end up doing personally, and how do you feel like it worked out? Having that much time to kind of regroup.
I think it was a good opportunity for everybody to kind of rest their bodies, not necessarily forget about the St. John's game, but kind of get our minds off basketball for a while and then come back and regroup. And we've done a good job here in practice the past couple of days, focusing and getting ready for Pac-12 play.
When you go back, I assume you went back home to Vegas, and did you stay away from basketball, or were you still shooting at least, or doing something every day? Or how?
Me personally, I was able to get in the gym one time and then another time lifting weights, but usually during the Christmas break time, I like to get a chance to rest my body a little bit.
What have you seen from ASU in film or catching them on TV or anything?
Today we start our preview for our 2-day prep, so I'll kind of get a good feel for them today.
You were one of the few players who played in both games last year against them. How much, I guess, do you want to just get revenge for that?
I would say that last year's team and this year's team are two totally different teams. So, we got to focus on our goal ahead, and that's making sure we take care of business. But two totally different teams, it's kind of hard to compare and contrast last year from this year.
Do you talk to any of the new guys about the rivalry, though, and how that's different than a normal Pac-12 game?
I think they can feel it, and I know they'll feel it when the game comes on Saturday. So we're just, treating it like any other game that we would get ready and prepare for.
Have you paid attention to the Pac-12, and where do you think you guys fit in?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good teams this year. We know what's ahead of us. So, like I said, our biggest goal is to win as many games as possible. So moving forward, that's what we're focused on.
So if you guys are doing ASU today, obviously you've done a lot of team stuff the last 4 or 5 days. What would you say the general focuses have been? Has there been anything maybe more intense or more in depth than you've had a chance to do in the last couple of months?
Yeah, I would say practices, we had a lot of competitive practices. Rebounding and paint touches, like I said, have been a main focal point, and we've been able to get up and down and really compete in practice. So certain guys are getting better. A lot of guys are getting better, and as a group, you could kind of see the strides we're making. We're hoping to carry that momentum into the games.
How has Stone looked since returning?
Good. He's good. It's good to have him back in practice. We were without him for a long time, so now that having him back and in the flow of things is going to help us, and it's just going to give us even more depth and options on the perimeter. And Stone can do both. He can be on the perimeter and the post, so it's good to have him back.
Do you feel his absence in those games had an impact?
Most definitely. I mean, when you're down a guy and when we're as deep as we are as a team, I think that losing a guy in that rotation definitely affects things.
Yeah, is there anything specific about his game that you noticed since he's been back, maybe in practice? You're like, hey, we have that again, or anything like that?
Most definitely, I would say is three-point shooting. I think that's going to be a big factor for us. Stone's a knockdown shooter, so I'm always telling him anytime you're open, you should be shooting the ball. And I think coming back, he knows that, so it's going to be good to have him back.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Chase.
Thank you guys. Happy New Year.